Hey YouTube, it's my first time doing a video like this. You already know what it is. You've seen everything, the name and all that. So, All Out Life came out just a few days ago. I have not listened to it yet. This is gonna be my first time reacting to it. I haven't heard anybody else's reaction to it. I don't know how anybody feels immediately after I record this. I'm probably gonna go check out what other people think about it, just because I'm sure it's blown up, it's everywhere. Slipknot has a new song. My real quick history with Slipknot, I've listened to them for a long time. Pretty much as long as I've listened to metal, I have listened to Slipknot. Slipknot is one of the biggest names in metal at all, as of today. So when I first started listening to Slipknot, I think the album that was out at the time, the newest album, was All Hope Is Gone. My first song by them was Duality, off of Volume 3. That song I thought was crazy. It was actually one of the first songs that got me into metal. Slipknot is one of the first bands to ever get me into metal. And I checked out that song. Psychosocial was the first music video I ever heard by them. And Wait and Bleed after that. The original Puppet music video. I thought that was super cool. And then from there I just delved deeper and deeper into metal music. I've been a metal fan for, it's gotta be about 10, I'm 22 years old. It has to be around 10 years at this point. And these guys were one of my introductions. So All Hope Is Gone was pretty much a brand new album at the time. And I know that was kind of critical. It wasn't received as well. And for me personally, I get why, because it is a bit of a departure, or that album was a bit, I'm rambling. But no, Slipknot is cool. What I'm expecting out of this, well, also let me just say this. My favorite album, just to give perspective, by Slipknot is Volume 3, Subliminal Verses. I think that's when they meshed raw with maturity at its best. They were extremely raw in their first two albums. They weren't extremely mature with their music, though. You could tell that there was still room to grow and develop. Volume 3 is, I feel like, when they hit that pinnacle. And then All Hope Is Gone was when they went a little bit more in the mainstream side. And their latest album, volume, or what is it? Slipknot Volume 5, The Gray Chapter. I never got super into that. There are a few songs off of that album that I really like, but it didn't grab me. I don't think I've been able to make it all the way through that album once. So there are songs on that album I haven't even heard all the way through. So what I'm hoping for this is that it's more along the lines of Volume 3 meets maybe actually All Hope Is Gone. That's probably my second favorite album by them. I really enjoy that album, personally, but I get why people don't like it. So yeah, All Out Life. Let's give it a listen. The art for it looks pretty brutal. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I guess I probably should have skipped past the advertisement before starting this up. Here we go. So far, it sounds very Slipknot, definitely. It, yeah, maybe it's just the production, but it sounds a lot like their last album. So far, it sounds like it could have very easily fit within that track listing. I don't know if maybe this was like a B-side that they decided to throw into their next album, or if this is something completely brand new. I have no idea. But so far, this definitely has that raw nature, but it's something about it is a bit commercialized. You can kind of tell, not that this is poppy by any means, but I get that commercialized vibe from it, just in the sense that the tempo hasn't mixed up very much, which is personally something that I'm a huge fan of. But no, it's not bad so far, but it's not impressing me a whole lot, honestly. Um, then again, this is just the beginning of the song, but that's kind of my knee-jerk reaction. I love the art for this single, by the way, with the bloody kind of skull imprint on whatever you want to call that face. I don't know. And it's got the horns up top, and obviously it's trying to emulate the Slipknot goat. But yeah, so far it's not bad, but I don't know. We'll have to keep going. So I really like that one part of the song where the ride cymbal, I love that. I just got a weakness, honestly, for when a drummer pulls that off. I think that's super cool, because when you put that, oh, I could go off, but no, I think that so far it's really cool. It's started to impress me past that first chorus, which, by the way, the chorus is pretty solid. But really, just right after that, when that ride cymbal came in, that was really cool. Otherwise, so far it's a pretty cool song. Again, not super impressed, but we'll just have to keep going. Challenge you to all out life. That reminds me of something. Ooh, that's cool. I like the atmosphere right here. Pulse of the Maggots. This right here, totally, with the drums in the background, with him speaking to the crowd. Oh, that's straight up Pulse of the Maggots. That's super cool. You can tell that Slipknot right now is trying their last album, and it seems, based on this single so far, that with this newest album, they're really trying to stray away from all hope is gone's kind of sound. They really want to get back to that Volume 3. Corey Taylor has said that that's his favorite album is Volume 3. Yeah, I get that vibe off of this. Very, very much so. No, it's starting to get a little bit better for me. I'll reserve any more judgment for the end. Ooh, yes. And they bring that back. Solid. Okay, so yeah, I mean that song was pretty cool. Very, very Slipknot. It fits right in with their newer stuff for sure. That's kind of what I was expecting, though. Honestly, I didn't expect it to stray too far. I thought it was gonna be a more brutal song, just because of the amount of attention that it was getting. It wasn't like super brutal, not even for them. Like if you want brutal Slipknot, you gotta listen to their second album, dude. That album's crazy. Iowa. Some of that I can't even get into because it's just so fucking out there. But no, I mean this was cool. This was definitely solid. It's not something I see myself seeking out per se, but I can't say it's a bad song by any means. It's cool. They're displaying Slipknot in its full force. I just hope that in their newer album, in like the rest of the songs on it, I hope that they bring in that darker side, because that was more of just their kind of vulgar, just thrashing out, going a little crazy. I loved that homage that they had to what the hell? I'm always drawing blanks all the time. To Pulse of the Maggots, that little homage that they had for that with the drums, with him speaking to the crowd. I thought that was super cool. Then when the riff came in there, that was really cool. I didn't like how they transitioned though into the chorus, like that little breakdown. Lasted maybe about 5 seconds or something like that. And I feel like that wasn't long enough. Although it was really cool. I don't know. That was a cool song. If I had to rate it out of 10, upon first listen, I might give it about a 6.5. About a 6.5 to a 7. So again, it's not a song that I will probably 6.5. It's not a song that I would seek out. It's not one that I'm gonna actively shit on. But no, it was decent. It's definitely Slipknot. They didn't lose that at all. You can just tell that it's really not raw. They're not in their prime anymore. Let's just put it that way. I don't think they're gonna release another Volume 3 anytime soon, or possibly ever again. I would love for that to happen again. Slipknot, I hold near and dear to my heart. I will never not appreciate those guys, because when you listen to those people speak, you can tell, like, especially Corey Taylor, clown. He's the artist of the group, man. I'll shut up. Slipknot is great. I am very glad that they keep going, because they are one of the few bands that genuinely brings real metal to the radio, to the masses. And you can't, if you're a real metalhead, a true metalhead, die hard, how can you hate on that? Because that is as crazy as it gets in terms of what is played on the radio. Not that that will ever be played on the radio. That will never be played on the radio. But no, that is a fan service first single, just like their last album they dropped. I forget what it was called. Something Anthem. Or was it something Anthem? I don't even remember. Like I said, I don't listen to that album, like, ever. I haven't listened to it in a long time. But, no, this was cool. Fan service single. It hit every point. It reminded you that Slipknot is still Slipknot. They're not changing it up for anybody. They're not changing it up for the record labels. They're doing what they want to do. And that's cool. How can you hate that? How can you hate on that? Honestly. So, solid release. Not something I'm going to go out and look at again. Give it about a 6 out of 10. Which is still positive. You're not getting in the negatives until you're about 5 or 4. Just not something that really excited me, honestly. Not something that intrigued me, but it was cool. It's more or less what I was expecting for the most part. That Pulse of the Maggots part, that was super cool. And that ride cymbal, when that came in, that hit me right. So, right on. If you like this, I don't know how many views this is going to get. I doubt it's going to get very many. But if you like this, go ahead and like it, I guess. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do. So just, yeah. Thank you for enjoying my video. Take it easy. Have a nice night.